Miyagi and Fukushima, and there is a possibility of tsunami of over 1 meter to hit. The tsunami will may repeatedly hit the area, and those areas that have already been inundated, and those of you who are evacuating in high buildings, please do not go out while the warning is issued. And on the coastline, because of danger of tsunami, please do not go outside to see the situation.
The major earthquake registered a magnitude 8.8, which is the largest scale since monitoring started in the Meiji era here in Japan. And in Kurihara City of Miyagi Prefecture, the quake registered an intensity 7 on the Japanese scale of 0 to 8. And we are experiencing aftershocks along the Pacific coast of the Honshu Island. The meteorological agency official says that aftershocks are being observed, and in many areas that had experienced a great earthquake, he calls out caution to collapsing buildings and also landslides. And also he calls out caution to areas where the tsunami warnings are issued. The official also said that because of the tsunami and the earthquakes, many areas have been declared very risky. Therefore, he calls out caution and people to be vigilant. And for this earthquake, for the recovery from this earthquake, the Japanese government has declared many areas devastating disaster areas, and the government will provide subsidies for the reconstruction. Now we would go to Sendai. This is the Sendai port. We see an oil refinery up in flames, and black smoke is billowing out from the facility. Close by, there is an industrial complex, and there are tanks nearby. And we still see flames. We do not see any fire trucks around the flames, and there may be risks that this flame may spread. This area is still an area where tsunami warnings are out, therefore it is not possible to send fire trucks to extinguish the fire. It's been 2 days since the massive earthquake, and there are many people who are seeking their loved ones and also who are waiting for rescue. This is yesterday, and bit by bit, the situations in the disaster-stricken area has become known. This is Kamaishi in Iwate Prefecture. We see debris everywhere, and the fire department people and the SDF force is out on rescue operations. This is Miyako City in Iwate Prefecture. We see houses that have been swept away by the big tsunami. It is devastation everywhere because of the tsunami. This is Shinchi town in Fukushima. This seems like a cargo train. This could be the container of a cargo train. The tsunami that hit the area, how would the residents describe the tsunami? Right after the earthquake. This is a footage taken at an elementary school where people have evacuated to. This is also footage taken by a viewer. We can see that a whole town is being engulfed by tsunami waves. This is Minami Sanriku town. A woman says that she can't see the city office building anymore. Minami Sanriku town had a population of 17,000. Buildings in the central part of the town have mostly been washed away. Only a hospital as well as a wedding ceremony hall, which were reinforced concrete structures, remain. And we see people on the rooftop of the hospital building. And we were able to speak to the hospital staff during our broadcast.
We are asking Mr. Sakuma, a staff of the hospital. Well, the hospital has 220 people, including the hotel staff and patients. And there are patients who have already died. And we have 20 patients here. And we need to transfer them, evacuate them. And there are people who are in need for a swift evacuation. We need to have a rescue operation soon. The hospital is surrounded by rubble, and they cannot flee from the area by themselves. They are stranded in the buildings. In Tohoku, in 40 places, there were buildings where people were stranded. And rescue operation started in full-fledged. Now this is a building. The second floor, the ceiling of a second-story house, and the SDF is conducting relief rescue operation. Over 3,000 people were rescued until the evening last night. And this building in Minami Sanriku town, we do not have information that they were rescued even at night. Shortly before midnight, we called the hospital again. The NTT Docomo says that the communication is crowded, so they cannot put through the communication. Miyagi Prefecture's disaster headquarters says that about 10,000 people of that area of Minami Sanriku is unaccounted. 10,000 people. And in the city hall, there were people who were trying to find their loved ones. And it's now 2 days after, it will be 2 days after the earthquake hit. And now we'll go to an evacuation center in Hachinohe City in Aomori. This is a city hall in Hachinohe. 130 people have evacuated here. And in this hall, about 4:30 a.m., power was restored. And lunch boxes, bananas were delivered. And hot soup has been cooked by the local housewives. Now, in February, a voluntary disaster prevention team has been organized, and with that organization, people were able to evacuate. And because they prepared LP gas and other services, they were able to provide relief soon. And as a person in 60s who are evacuating said that she has back pains and she wants to take bath as soon as possible. The power has been restored. However, people need to be on alert because the tsunami warning is still valid. And due to tsunami and the earthquake, the devastating damage has been sustained in the coastal area, and about 700 people have been confirmed dead, and they believe that more than 1,000 people have died. And half of Minami Sanriku town people, 10,000 of them are unaccounted for, and SDF and the others are trying to locate these people. In Sendai, Kesenma, 178 people have been confirmed dead in Miyagi City. And aside from that, in Sendai City, in Wakabayashi Ward, 200 to 300 corpses, dead bodies were found on the beach. Police say that because there are dangers of another tsunami, they weren't able to confirm the identities and exact number of people. And in gymnasium in Iwanuma and Natori, 100 dead bodies have been transferred, and therefore Miyagi Prefecture says that there will be more than 500 people who have died. And in Minami Sanriku, on the coast, except for a concrete building of a hospital, most of the buildings were washed away. And officials say that they can't contact more than 10,000 people, which is half of the local population. The prefecture is now trying to confirm this situation.
In Iwate Prefecture, in Ofunato and Rikuzen Takata, 258 people have been confirmed dead. In Rikuzen Takata, this area was hit by a massive tsunami, and unidentified bodies of 300 or 400 people are still stranded there, and therefore it is believed that more than 500 people are dead in Iwate Prefecture. In Miyako and also in other cities, many buildings have totally collapsed. In Otsuchi town, after the earthquake, Koki Kato, the mayor of the town, and also other city officials who were in a meeting when the earthquake struck are unaccounted for. And also in Fukushima Prefecture, 206 people have been confirmed dead. Especially in Iwaki and Minami Soma, and in Soma City, there was a great damage by a tsunami. And in Minami Soma City, an elderly welfare facility collapsed, and about 100 people in the city has died. In Iwaki City, in Hisanohama District, 2 people were washed away by the tsunami tide, and altogether 52 people have been confirmed dead. In Soma City, a van was swept away by the tsunami wave, and altogether 20 people have been confirmed dead. And according to police in Fukushima Prefecture, 307 people are missing. In Aomori Prefecture, in Hachinohe and in Misawa, 3 bodies have been found. In Yamagata Prefecture, in Yamagata City, 1 woman who fell when she was trying to flee from the earthquake died. In Hokkaido, in Hakodate, one man in his 60s was found dead in his apartment, which was flooded with water from the tsunami. And in Ibaraki City, a thermal power plant in Tokai village collapsed, or rather, 4 people who were working in that power plant died. And in Chiba Prefecture, in Asahi City, 9 people were swept away by the wave, and 13 people are confirmed dead. In Kanagawa Prefecture, in Yokohama City, 2 people have been confirmed dead. This makes the total number of dead people 3. And in Tokyo, in Chiyoda Ward, a part of a building collapsed, and altogether 5 people have died. In Tochigi Prefecture, in Nasu Karasuyama City, there was a landslide killing 3 people. In Gunma Prefecture, in Tatebayashi City, 1 woman was hit by a falling roof tile and died. Altogether, so far, 689 people have been confirmed dead, and in Miyagi and Iwate, there are still unidentified bodies. The final the casualty could reach or exceed 1,000 people, and also many people are still unaccounted for. According to the police agency, many roads and bridges have collapsed, or have been disrupted. 405 places along the roads have been disrupted, and 43 bridges have collapsed, and also breakwaters in Miyagi and Chiba, altogether